Good day everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick, we're on the ZXspectrum 48K and we're playing a game called Buccaneer, published by Firebird Software in 1985. It's a horizontal shooter of sorts where you must clear out waves of alien attackers, shoot out one lot and then another lot turns up. Haven't we seen that story before? So every now and again, as I define some keys here, there'll be like bonus stages which involve you docking the ship or trying to avoid meteors. So we'll see how this one plays. The mid-80s by Peter GOUGH, 1985. A nice bit of parallax scrolling there to start us off with. Now the ship can only go up and down. It can't go horizontally across unless we're doing some docking. So we've got to shoot all these things, avoid contacting with any of them and not getting hit by any of that fire that comes in our direction. You can see a shield in the middle. Whenever we get hit by some of those fires, we will lose a bit of energy until we're dead, and we've got 5 lives you can see on the bottom right. So it's nice and colourful. Keep an eye on the top bit there, the 2 bits of scrolling, and the bottom, so parallax scrolling for 1985, which can't be a bad thing. Our fuel is gradually running out there, you see on the left, and we've done stage 1 already, and it's through to wave 2. Right, okay, so what are these aliens here? The backgrounds change ever so slightly, which I like. Good. So we've got some red buildings in the background now, so that is very, very clever indeed. Oh, there's a heat-seeking missile occasionally goes towards you. You should shoot out the air. So it's not the most advanced game in the world in terms of the gameplay, but graphically, it's looking pretty nifty. Okay, so as a kid, I think I would have been wondered at the graphics. I don't think it would have captured my imagination for a great deal, but it is quite clever in what it's actually doing. Now, I'm not sure what we do when the fuel runs out. Maybe that stops us dawdling. Oh, oops. It's got good effects as well. Just caught me out a bit there. The border will flash, I think, when you get destroyed or get hit. What are these guys? The background has changed again. This is really, really clever. We've got red mountains now with green mountains and buildings in the foreground along some sort of beach. We're a top buccaneer. A buccaneer was sort of like, well, I suppose a type of pirate around the Caribbean in the 1600s. If you want to, yeah, anyway, it's a bit of information for you. A bit of border flash there as well. So, you know, it's fairly straightforward, this game. You'll know what to do straight away, and we're already on to wave 4, and this is my first go. Whoa, good border effects now. Now, I think we ran out of fuel there, and we died. Now, these reviews aren't about expert gameplay, although sometimes it happens by mistake, or random, or good fortune. It's about seeing what your first or second go would have been, and would you have been happy with the game as a kid if you spent your pocket money on it, or would you run to take it back to the shops? I wouldn't have been blown away by this one, but being a bit older, you do appreciate the coding that's involved. It's the scrolling which is the main thing on this, the smoothness that it's going across. But at the end of the day, it's just a shooter. We just go up and down the screen. Oh, look at that, vampire rabbits, I think. They're flickering ever so slightly as they're going up and down. Bit of colour clash when they come into close contact with the ship. I think we must go over some river or some description, but it's really clever that the background changes through every wave. We'll see if that repeats at some point. And the other good bit about this is the way the border flashes when you die or take some damage. So, you know, clever code. All right, we're kind of docking to this ship. This is a bit where we can go up and down. I couldn't get the hang of that. Right, hopefully we'll get another go at that. Docking manoeuvre failed. Advance to next level. Although the ship has been destroyed. If you had this one back in the day, let me know. I don't think, although Firebird Software are a major producer, I don't think many people know about this particular game. They did other better games, and my favourite one being, well, the Wild Bunch, really, which is a completely different and utterly different game. Completely different and utterly different. That's good. 2 good things, Nick. Well done. What are these things we're firing? Like some random piece off of a futuristic toilet basin. I'm sure that isn't what it is. Oh, I think the background's repeating now, isn't it? I seem to remember those hills from before, maybe. Let me know what's the furthest you've got into this game. I'm already on wave 8. Not quite sure how many waves there. Oh, I died. See, it's a bit unfair sometimes. Sometimes you materialise as your fuel's running out. How do you refuel? Let me know in the comment section below. Buccaneer. If you're new to the channel and you like this sort of commentary, it's all nice and relaxed, trying to ease stress, but please consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. That really helps the channel grow. I'm also on Twitter, Jenkins7Nick. If you want to retweet any of the videos, that would be fantastico. I do put them on Twitter as well, you know. Right. Oh, I've kaboomed. Is that it? No, I've got 1 ship left, and we're on to the next round, wave 9. Hopefully I can get to the asteroid belt or the meteors. Well, look at those things. It's the yin and yang sign, and we're supposed to be for peace, really, that, and now we're destroying them. Maybe it's aliens that have taken that as their disguise. Come on, Nick, let's get this down. We ain't got too much room. The shields go... Oh, was that... Are we dead? Beware, missile attack. Right, I think we got through there. We need to avoid the meteors, and we didn't. So we can't destroy these. We just need to find a way through. Come on, Nick. Try and save your shields here as we go around. The pattern seems to be repeating. Watch out for those two green ones again. The pattern's repeating as we go through. Come on, we can survive this. Get to the next wave. And we're to the next wave, and we got blown up by some paisley things. And a big flashy game over happens. I like that graphic as well. So there's loads to like about this game. I just wish the game had a bit more meat to it. So let's put my name in. A bit more meat in the actual game. But the graphics are very, very clever. The sounds are quite cool. I'm just a little bit underwhelmed in the gameplay department. But if you're watching this, it sure looks pretty. Lots of ZXspectrum games reviewed on the channel. As we time recording, we edged nearer 800 games reviewed. Check out the ZXspectrum playlist if you want to have a look at any of those. I'm sure you'll see some games back in your past there. Maybe a lot of games that you never ever heard of, including this one. Hooray! Right, come on. Kaboom it. Are we going to get through? Oops, we didn't get through there. Right. So the first one was sort of like a practice go. Hopefully I can get to that bit where we're docking the ship this time and make a little bit more distance on it. There's the homing missile. Oh dear, I think we managed to get around that just about, or took some damage to the shields. Doesn't save your high score on this screen, but there is a high score chart you would have seen beforehand. Oh, this is getting a bit close. Got it. Kaboom. Wave 2. Wave 2. It's all about shooting those crazy aliens. And it looks like we're going across some sort of river. Maybe it's the Hudson in New York. It could be the Thames, but it looks a bit quiet, doesn't it, really? So we're not in space. We're planet-bound, which makes it a little bit interesting. I don't know why they didn't make a decision where you could go horizontal. It's just up and down, but it makes it a little bit trickier. But it's unique looking. I do like looking at these early shooters. I think the game probably... It was in 1985. It came out in 1983 and 1984. It might have been a bit more well received, maybe. People will start. The game's starting to get a bit more advanced by this sort of point, but not by a great degree. But I say that, but you know, it's coded wonderfully, isn't it? Lovely, lovely jubbly. I do like a good bit of parallax scrolling, and this is a bit of early parallax scrolling. Hurrah! Right, let's keep on firing. My finger's starting to hurt now on the fire button. It's literally about 3 buttons. Up, down, fire. That's it. That's all you've got. And, yeah. I don't know what result this is. Wave 4. It's wave 4. Wave 4, and we're versus these things again. These spinning tops. Green, cyan, magenta. It's using all the ZXspectrum colours here. I do like the ship. Notice when we go up and down, the graphic does change ever so slightly. Not to a great deal, but it just indicate a little bit of movement, so that's attention to detail. They didn't need to do that. They could have done a flat graphic, but, you know, just adds a little bit of style to the game. Great stuff. Extra marks for that. Homing missile. Avoided that. It's a deadly heat seeker, Nick. So you know how the game plays, doesn't it? You get waves of aliens, blow them all up, don't get hit yourself, progress to the next wave, get as far as you can, and then probably turn the thing off. Firebird Software produced a lot of games, Firebird Software, but not as much as Ocean. Here we go. I wish Ultimate Play the Game had produced more games than they did, because they all tended to be quality, although they're pretty tricky, a lot of them. Oh, I've been kaboomed. The border flashes. I'd imagine it's a poke they put in to get the border flash like that. It's not a normal thing for the ZXspectrum to be able to do. It generally you just use the middle of the screen, or the paper bit, I should say, if you're into your coding. The only program I sort of like remember is Border 2, which turns the border red. A very complicated program, I should say. Sometimes you can put a colon on for fun. Right, let's get these rabbits, Nick. 3 true deadly ones. They're moving around like nobody's business. Good. The scrolling doesn't seem to slow down. Right, let's see if we can dock this time. Up a bit, down a bit, down a bit, lower a bit. No, oh, you've got to be perfect or you've had it. Docking manoeuvre failed. Everyone's been killed. Oh, dear. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Right, these things again. Let's see if we can get to the astral. Oh, that was it, was it? Oh no! So this is my last life now. So it's now or never. We're just down to my skills. Can we get to the meteorite again? I do not know. But we've seen how the game plays. You know all about it. You know whether to download it or not. I would say it's maybe worth a few goes, but I wouldn't spend your whole day at it. It's nice to see an example of an 8-bit early-ish shooter. Buccaneer. It's got a good name as well, isn't it? Buccaneer. Right. What are these things? I like a good varied amount of aliens, although they all move in a similar way. Unlike Jetpack, where they have different sort of like waves. It's game over again. Well, you know, I could sit here and admire the graphics for a little bit, but we've got other things to do. I've got to clean the house and eat food and all that sort of stuff. We got a higher score than the space toilet, which is always very good. So there we go. I hope you liked having a look at that one. An early shooter with a few good things, in particular the parallax scrolling and the border flashing. So that was Buccaneer on the ZXspectrum 48K, published by Firebird Software in 1985. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.